Ford 4-liter SOHC engine, single overhead cam V6. What I've got going on here is I'm putting new injectors in it, and I'm also putting in these little cups that go into here. I've got one in, and I thought I'd show you what I've been going through here. I won't go over the basics such as removing the intake manifold and pulling the fuel rail off and all that. It's pretty simple. And naturally the injectors are going to want to stay stuck into the block when you pull the rail up, where that's normal. And with some effort you can get them up. However, if they're stuck down in there, what I did is I just got a little pry bar. I rotated them and I pried up against the, right on here where my thumb is. You can pry on that. This particular injector came out with that cup, injector adapter, whatever you want to call it. A couple of chunks down in there still. However, this one here and a lot of these other ones actually did not come out with the cup. It came out separately and the cup stayed in the block. Here's an example. Now here's what I did right here for that situation. All right, what I have here is a slide hammer and bearing puller, a kit that's designed for pulling pilot bearings out of flywheels when you're doing a clutch job. And how it works is I took the smallest one in there. The smallest one kind of slid right down into the cup that was stuck in the head. With one wrench, I held this portion right here stationary, and the other one I turned this down, and that caused this to spread out. And that got a big bite into the cup. And then I thread the slide hammer onto where my thumb is right here. There it is. You just thread that onto that adapter I just showed you, and you just slide hammer it out. This particular one came out in pieces. Now do keep in mind, when it comes out in pieces, I took a pick and I cleaned out the rest of it. Some of the chunks fell down into the cylinder here. That's actually the intake valve port right there. So all I had to do after I cleaned all the chunks out was take compressed air and just blast it in there, and all the chunks blew right out. And I shined a flashlight in there and made sure it was all clear. Another thing I did is I shined the flashlight down into the actual intake port here, straight into the cylinder, and I was able to get a really good amount of light up in here, and it was clean. And then when I was going to install the new one, I put some dielectric grease on it, just a little bit of lube on the inside and out of there so it sinks down in there, and a 9/16 socket here, just enough to be smaller than the diameter of the hole in the head here, but enough to get a good amount of bite on that cup. And just lightly, just don't go crazy with it, it's plastic, just lightly tap it down in, and then once it gets to that depth you'll hear the tone change of the hammering, and you'll know it's fully seated. And at that point you can take your new injectors and slide them in like normal. But yeah, there you have it folks, just a quick and dirty video there of how to remove and install these cups on the 4-liter SOHC engine on your Ford Explorer or Mustang, whatever you've got. That's how I did it. Guys, I sure do hope this video helps. Have yourself a great day. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below. I've also got a Facebook and Discord group. Bye.